is this the shit you think about when you lay in bed at night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How the fuck do you sleep?
Sometimes I don't. That's a real problem at night.
Yeah.
At night, I have my most anxiety-filled moments about this stuff. I've talked about it openly.
Wow.
Like, I'll really freak out at night because I legitimately think we are 1 or 2 events away from living in the Stone Age again. And I think it could happen in our lifetime, and it could happen to you and I. Like, I'm really convinced that the fabric of society is way more fragile than anyone appreciates.
Yeah.
That most people appreciate, rather.
I mean, I feel it in the air.
Yeah. Well, you saw it during the George Floyd times in L.A.
Oh, yeah. I felt it. Yeah,
That was Mad Max times.
Right.
When they were burning those cop cars on the highway, and I remember seeing that going, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This ain't going to get better.
Was it that or COVID that made
Both those things.
And the money, probably like taxes.
No, that was not even a consideration.
Taxes,
it was
okay.
nice, but it was the freedom. It was these fucking dipshits like the mayor of Los Angeles telling everybody what businesses they can and can't have open, what's essential and non-essential. Like, says who?
Yeah.
And after a while, when a bunch of people had COVID and then gotten over it and they were fine, I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, how scary is this? And why are we closing everything down? Why aren't we giving people choice? And then when it never opened.
I bought into it.
Of course you did.
I didn't even leave the house for 2 fucking years. I didn't even go to the grocery store, and I had to spray everything down. Doritos, spraying it with, it was insane.
Well, my whole family got it early on,
Yeah.
before there was anything, before there was a vaccine, before there was anything. And I didn't get it. And I didn't do anything different. I hugged my kids. I fucked my wife. I hung out with them. I just took care of myself.
Yeah, you've had a COVID though, right?
Yeah, I got it eventually.
Yeah, I got it too.
I
yeah.
got it when the Delta variant was around. I got it when I was doing arenas in Florida. And I got it because I was hanging out with my friend John Showman. My friend John Showman is a buddy of mine who makes pool cues. And he lives right there, and I got to see him after the show, and we played pool till like 3:30 in the morning, and I was exhausted. I had like fucking 5 margaritas, and then I got sick. But even then, it wasn't that bad. But my point is, like, my whole family got it, and I didn't get it.
They weren't vaccinated?
No, there was no vaccine back then.
Okay, so, yeah.
And I didn't do anything different, man.
Yeah.
I remember I worked out 2 days where I was tired, and I realized I was fighting something off. Like, there was 2 days where I was in the gym. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go through the motions here. I'm just going to lift light weights and just, like, let my body, like, break a little bit of a sweat, but no exertion. Just get some circulation going. So I did, like, some kettlebell exercises, like 35 pounds. Nothing strenuous, like just nice and light, and just get the body moving. And then the next day, I went back in the gym. I feel the same thing. Today, same thing. Did some push-ups, did some chin-ups. Nothing crazy like 5 reps of 5 chin-ups. Not just a little bit of exercise. Nothing strenuous. And then the next day, I felt great. The next day, I had a full regular workout. So whatever it was, I fought it off. And so then I was like, well, what is at play here? How much of can your immune system stop this? Or is it something that you 100% get? No, it seems very infectious, but it also seems like if you have a healthy immune system, this isn't a death sentence. This isn't Ebola. This isn't. So what the fuck is going on? And then the vaccine came out, and I signed up to get vaccinated. The UFC had this whole allotment of vaccines. But I was there on a Friday for the UFC, and they said, you have to go to the clinic. And I said, I can't. I don't have the time. They said, can you come back Monday? I said, no, but I'll be back in 2 weeks. So I was going to get vaccinated in 2 weeks. And in the 2 weeks, they pulled it. They pulled the Johnson & Johnson for blood clots. And 2 people I knew got strokes. 2 people.
Oh, my God.
2 people.
Wow.
Within the 10 days of taking that vaccine, 2 people I knew had strokes.
Yeah.
Like healthy people. Like weird blood clots. People were getting blood clots.
I mean, it is true that if you were older, though, like 70, and you had some sort of like, you know what I mean, comorbidity. What's the word?
Comorbidities.
Comorbidity, right? That they could die, right? I mean, that's a true thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like Herman Cain, he died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they die of the flu, too. I mean, it's a bad cold. It's not dismissing what it is. But it's dismissing this control that all of a sudden the medical industrial complex and the government has over you and your job and your choices in your life. Yeah. For something that now they admit they could have never contained, that it was never going to stop transmission, that it was never going to stop infection. It was all just lies. They lied about the efficacy. They lied about the protection in parts. They put it out on MSNBC. Rachel Maddow, the virus stops with you. You can't get it. Like, it's not true. It was not true. There was no evidence that it did that.
Yeah.
Not only was there no evidence, they never even tested it for transmission.
Wow.
They just tested it to try to see if it makes antibodies.
But what scared me was when Michael Yo, you know Michael Yo?
Oh, yeah.
When he was in the ICU because of COVID,
Yeah.
in my mind, I don't know why, because I know that Michael Yo is athletic.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, oh, if he's in the ICU, I would have died. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I fucked.
Meanwhile, his mom got it, and she was fine.
It's Michael Yo. He's weak.
I don't know what it is, man. It could have caught him absolutely exhausted.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what I've heard of people getting it really bad. It catches them when they go on a bender, and that's what happened with me. I was drinking till 3:30 in the morning. I think drinking, first of all, is absolutely terrible for your body and terrible for your immune system. And if you're drinking, like I was drinking these 5 super sweet, super potent margaritas, we were hammered. You know, and then I came from a show too. So I did a show that night. I probably had a couple of drinks at the show. So it's like you're not in a good place to fight off anything like that. You're exhausted and drunk. And then I've been sick that way many times. The times in my past when I've caught a cold or caught the flu, it's almost always when I'm run down. Almost always. So I don't know. Maybe Michael Yo was really run down when he got it. I know a guy who got COVID really bad because him and his buddies were drinking. They were drinking and they were partying, and he was really fucked up. And then the next day, COVID hit him bad. But he was weak. Like his body was weakened by a bender. Like they were drunk all night, and then in the morning he started feeling like shit, and then it caught him bad.
Yeah, but when I got it, I was really bad. But I lived through it. It was fine. Yeah.
There's a lot of different things that were at play there. First of all, there was just general metabolic health that was completely ignored. People told you all you have to do is get vaccinated. That's horse shit. Your immune system is complex, and it relies on a bunch of different things to keep it effective. It relies on good nutrition. It relies on sleep. It relies on low stress. It relies on